to celebrate his 50th birthday. That's right. Tonight, we are going to roast the host. But before we get started, Mark, I need to, in all seriousness, thank you for your hospitality. As always, Mark is a generous host, a hardworking host, a magnanimous host, a tremendous host, inviting us into this beautiful space. Mark, on behalf of myself and all of the guests, we thank you. You are a terrific host. You are, in fact, the host with the most incredible need to feed your ego. And tonight is your lucky night. Because all these folks down here, all they're going to do is talk about you. Mark, not only are you a gracious host, you are a font of knowledge, and you have exquisite taste. I have firsthand knowledge of this. I remember a previous Marktoberfest a few years ago. I went up to say hi to Mark, and I was wearing an Oakland Raiders jacket. And Mark, as an affable host, he goes, "Oh, Mr. Phillips, good to see you tonight. I hope you're having a good time. I can tell by your attire, I deduce that you are perchance a Raiders fan." And I was like, wow, you can tell that just by looking at me? But then he said, if you're a true Raiders fan, then you obviously know that in 1960, their original jerseys were black and gold. And I'm like, I did not know that. I did not know that. And then I talked to Mark, and then I did know that. And so just by being close to this guy, I've acquired more knowledge. I don't think I would even know that today if it wasn't for Mark. And be honest, who knew that before right now? Thank you, Mark. Mark, you are a gracious host, you are a font of knowledge, and you have incredible taste. And ladies and gentlemen, don't take my word for it, ask him. A word of caution though, if you ask him about like food, or drink, or smoke, or cologne, or anything like that, he's going to tell you about his palate. Mark has a high-performance palate, and he likes people to know that. But after about probably an hour and a half of that, you would have wished you would have asked about the kind of palate you put watermelon boxes on. Happy birthday, Mark. We love you. And we hope you have a good time, because I got a feeling these folks are about to have a great time. All right. So, we're going to begin the roast. And we're going to start with Jonathan. Jonathan, before you go, I got a question for you. Are you emancipated?
Yes, I am.
All right, then carry on.
All right, so I was going to start off with the most heavy-hitting roast. You know, I like to talk a lot of crap to this guy, but I decided that maybe I'll start off a little bit nice. You know, he's taught me everything I know. Seeing him go to bed with like 5 sprays of cologne on every night has been quite the influence on me. But you know, he's a cool guy, and you know, I'll tell you one story that you know, made me not want to roast him today. So, Jace and Jade, there was one time where I got them really upset, and he took me in the room, and I thought he was gonna spank me. I had every idea that I was just gonna get a whooping laid on me, and he took me in there, he put me on the bed and he started spanking the crap out of the bed, and he told me, you know, you got to yell right now so they think you're in pain. And I came out, you know, with you know, rubbing my butt, you know, just acting like it was the worst whooping I ever got. But he held mercy on me that day, so I got to hold mercy on him today. So I am the anti-roaster. This dude's hired me for the last 4 years every summer to hang out with him. You know, buys me lunch all the time. It'd be in terrible faith if I actually roasted him, so I couldn't do that. But I'm leaving that to Jade, who's got 1,000 words worth of roast in his notes right now. And Jace, this dude's dressed up like him right now, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this guy's gonna love this, so I'll pass it on to whoever's next.
All right, thank you.
You never bought me lunch.
There you go.
Did you guys know there was a solar eclipse today?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. You know what caused that, right? Marc's magnetic personality. All right, Chase.
Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Jace, Marc's second son. If you don't know, I've taken up smoking due to my dad's high blood pressure. Really keeps us all on edge every day when he comes home. But, you know, my dad, I mean, everyone knows him for his very exquisite taste. Just like Matt said, you know, he's got this vast cologne collection, just like the true fresa he thinks he is. You know, he's a preppy guy, and honestly, I gotta admire it. You know, I have my own taste and everything like that, but, you know, that's my dad. He always, you know, hangs around people like that. I'll move on. But anyway, so anyway, my tatu's here, by the way. Everyone give my tatu a hand. I was really confused because also my dad's real dad, Glenn, is here. So I'm like, who do I call grandpa? Which one? You know? If you don't know, this jacket that I'm wearing, it's my dad's. It's got a couple CIF championships. Him and Carlos is here. You know, they had their run in high school. They're very, very Imperial Valley legends. 2-time CIF champs, right? Man, every time they go to the prostate doctor, they are so starstruck. They just love to see these guys. You know, my dad, if you knew him in high school, you know, like I said, he was the big jock. He was a football player and everything like that. But you might not know, he was a bit of a bully. I even heard him in the hallway the other day. He still keeps it going. I heard him talking to Jonathan. I just hear from the other room, "Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?" This guy's Mexican Biff Tannen. But yeah, you know, like I was saying, what are you wearing tonight? Also, Dad, cologne, Sex Panther. I had to know, had to ask. A couple of my dad's friends are here tonight. You guys down ahead of Four Corners after this? I hear that's a cool thing. Right? Oh man. You know, I did not format how I was going to tell these jokes, but this is kind of fun. But anyway, I could go on about how my dad, he's a bully, he could have an ego, he's got all these things, but truly, I would not have the taste in music and all these things I have if it wasn't for him. He's a very, very good role model when it comes to just being, you know, a man. My dad's very metrosexual. You know? And I appreciate about him because a lot of people might think, you know, hey, this guy, you know, why has he spent so much time at Lululemon? You know? But he's got great taste, and I think it's something that is passed down to all of us. And yeah, you know, my dad's 50 now, and he's got a whole new way of life coming towards them. But yeah, happy birthday, Dad. Hope you enjoyed these random words.
All right, thanks a lot. You know, and it's only appropriate that we want to support Mark in his cologne acquisition hobby. I was telling Marty about that, my wife, and she goes, yeah, he always smells good. So Mark, this is for you, man. Go ahead and open up right now. We want you to continue smelling good. What do you got?
This Aqua Velva.
Right? That ought to help him smell good. What else you got?
Old Spice.
Hey, wait a minute. Read what Old Spice says. Wait, watch this.
Matt, you're asking him to read. That's a stretch.
Well, basically it says if it wasn't for this cologne, he wouldn't be here because that means his dad wouldn't have got some. That's what it says right here on the Old Spice. I'm telling you, it's no joke, Mark. It works. Here you go, baby.
Thank you.
Well, Jade, ready?
I'm right here.
Oh, yeah. Even you, too. You ready to bring it?
What's up? All right. So, thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
Oh, that's bad.
Hey, people make mistakes. He's being roasted by his. It's okay. Okay, so let's get right to it. So, let's look around here. Who here? Wait, hold on. We're just getting started. Who's been chewed out by their boss? There's got to be at least some. Who went home with them? After that. Here's the thing. Whenever your dad is your boss, okay. Normally your boss will grill you on the present, right? If your dad is your boss, he's gonna bring up things that you definitely forgot about voluntarily. He'll be like, you know, this is a lot like that one time when you were in Little League and that kid hit a home run off you, and then they 10-run ruled you guys, and then this happened. And you remember that? Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that. Here's the thing. He was the coach. Before I move on with him, though, there's other people that were roasting tonight. It's only fair that they get jokes as well. Let's see. My brother Jace is here. Jace, where's Jace?
Woo!
He went inside.
Come on.
Jace. My brother Jace has ran out of gas 5 times this year. As in gas that you put in your car, not like weed gas. He's never ran out of that. Who else is here? My Uncle Gabe is here. You know, my Uncle Gabe and I, we have a very strong bond. I've always said, you know, the things that man has done for me, I would go with him to hell. Mostly because he needed a ride. But I wouldn't go in. But I would definitely drive him there, let him yell at me the whole time. It's all good. Who else is here? My Tia Cheetah is here. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. I have nothing bad to say about her. She was actually the best babysitter I ever had, given that she let me do whatever I wanted, because she wasn't there. She was in Meg's party. Who else is here? Jonathan, my brother. He had a lot of kind words to say about my dad. Jonathan actually just got into UC Santa Cruz. Let's give a round of applause for the smart guy. The smart guy. So one time this is just a true story. I was walking through, going from, because I was still like 27 living at my parents'. I'm walking through from his door to the bathroom, and I noticed something under his bed. It's very long. And it honestly, first, it looks like a dildo or something. And then, so naturally, I go to see what it is. I go creep under, and I'm like, oh, it's a zucchini. Which could be used as a dildo, if you will. And so, but the zucchini had a bite taken out of it, like a cookie cutter shark. I'm not sure if you're familiar, you know. And so I asked him about it, and I was like, hey, dude, you have a zucchini under your bed, by the way. And it has a bite taken out of it. And he looks at me like I'm the biggest dumb shit on the planet. He goes, I thought it was a cucumber. My bad, I'm the fucking idiot. I should have known better. Oh, my bad, dude. So, best case scenario for him was that he woke up in the middle of the night, right? That's what it was. To get a bite of a cucumber just whole, like that. So, congratulations, Sean. I'm glad that you got into Santa Cruz. Okay, so let's get back to my dad, though. So, growing up, my parents had me at a very young age. I've known my mom since, what, high school? My dad, you were out of high school. But yeah, growing up with them, you know, they were teenagers, you know. My dad was so young, there were times this guy would give me a ride to school, this motherfucker would ask me for gas money. Hey. But in all seriousness, you know, I don't want to take too long. You know, they say 50, you got one foot in the grave. It's not true. He has one foot in a small hole because he twisted his ankle. But I will say this. If he has one foot in a small hole, the other foot is up somebody's ass. So if we could just, you know, raise our glass to this guy, you know? Real quick, though, one last word. So, Dad, you know, we may not always see eye to eye, but there are days that you have a stepladder. So cheers to him. Cheers to Mark. Happy birthday. There you go.
All right, you were kind of easing into the pain. We're just kind of moving into the pain. So next up, Yesenia, welcome.
I don't know how it's gonna be going after that. I'm not much of a joke teller, but let's see how this goes. So I've gone to plenty of Eras parties throughout what are 7 years of being together, me and Jade. And they're always, always great. Summer knows how to plan a great party. She also knows how to tell me a day in advance. I also know that when I come back to work 2 days later, I have a write-up the next day. So there's also that. And then Jonathan and Jace are here, right there. If you can't tell them apart, Jonathan's the one that looks like he put his clothes in the dryer for 5 hours. And Jace is the one that looks like he got his clothes from the Christmas donation box. And I got Gabe, my bestie. Where you going, Gabe? Gabe, so Jade's been going on these summer work trips, that's what I call them, with his dad and his uncles for many years. 1 year, Gabe was his mentor. That year, Jade came back 10 pounds heavier. And he also knew how to make the best peanut butter Oreo cookie milkshake. He said it was good for sleep.
It's called a diabetic.
Carla's here. I love Carla. I'm very intimidated by her, so I'm going to skip her. And now we have Mark. Everybody knows Mark's taste in things. You know, Mark has 30, maybe more now, colognes.
38.
32.
38.
32
38.
colognes now. 39. He also has an Ulta credit card. I wonder how big his makeup collection is. He has a Frenchie as well and loves Palm Springs, so Summer, you better watch out. But Mark, you have a very unique personality. You're very strong, you're charismatic, entitled, but generous. You're intimidating, but also very easy to get along with somehow. And that's the kind of personality that takes 50 years to perfect. Thank you for being the most interesting father-in-law that I know.
All right, so Carly, are you ready to harass Annette us?
Woo!
I feel pressured. I feel pressured to do it, but I will say that Jade was my first grade student.
Woo!
I am so proud of him, even though he loves to remind me that I made him Student of the Month in May, which is when you're like, who's left? Who's left? Who hasn't been Student of the Month? But obviously, I mean, he turned out great, so whatever. What did I know? I don't know. June. Oh, June! Oh my God, do you have school in June? What? I don't know. That's what he says anyway. Who knows? It was a long time ago. I was like 12. I don't know. Anyway, Mark has been stuck with me for like 30 years. I don't know, poor guy. And honestly, I told Summer, how can I roast him? He has been nothing but nice to me, and that's the honest truth for many, many years. And I'm so thankful for their friendship. I mean, he's a super friend, just like Summer, and I'm so blessed to be their friend, both of them. But I mean, it's a roast, so I'm gonna make fun of him. So anyway, they have included me in everything, every adventure, every 5 billion parties, every holiday, every, annual trip to San Felipe, which is super ironic because Mark's deathly afraid of the ocean. He's like super buff and all into that. Anyhow, but anyway, so they have tons and tons of parties, and I come all the time, and I always used to bring wine, and they had no corkscrew. So one day, Mark decided he liked wine, and then when I started bringing my wine, he was like, let me see your wine, Carly. Let me put it in my app and see what the rating is. I'm like, wow, you've had a corkscrew for 2 minutes, and now you're the wine connoisseur. Wow, okay, all right. He's the expert in everything. Anywho, so I'm a shopaholic, and Summer, I've loved her since forever, since we met in the 5th grade. She can't relate. She'll be like, Carly, I might buy something every couple months. Like, oh, it's so weird. But Mark, he can relate. He has like a Stitch Fix subscription at the Nordstrom Trunk Club, and he's not even like the base layer of Stitch Fix. No, he's like the high dollar subscriber. I mean, whoa, he has more clothes than Summer by far. And shoes too. I'm sure he has more shoes than Summer. Obviously the cologne, everyone's mentioned that. Okay, what else do I got? Let's see. Okay, the only last thing I had to say is that he's always critiquing our workouts. Summer and I like to work out together. Sometimes we run together, and he'd be like, you don't have to put your arms all the way up for the chest flies. You can do this or that. You guys do it wrong. Why do you keep doing that? You're not going to get any stronger doing that. Like, it was so lame. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, we had dinner together. I'm like, hey, let's do the carrot festival 5K. He's like, absolutely not. Not doing it. I'm like, what? You've been critiquing us for years, but you can't handle the carrot 5K. So anyway, Cat Crew of 92.
Woo!
All right, thank you, Carly. Okay, Mark. Yeah, apparently it's about to get real, so. I mean, as in real painful, so here you go, brother. Carla.
Woo!
I was told to keep it light. Don't do it. We're here to honor a great man, a great watermelon success story, a great person, just all around. Raised a great family, just perfect in every way. Has a beautiful daughter, and we're all proud of him. Thank you, Daddy. Oh, Mark's here. Look at that. Mark, what can I say about you? What kind of fucking name is Mark? You're named after a fucking verb. They should have named you lift or try. Something useful. Lose, can't. Any one of those would have worked. But they didn't. Many of you may not know this, but Mark hasn't always been the success that he is now. Growing up, he suffered from resting Dumbass face. It's right there. You look like Scott Baio drowned. My parents treated him differently because of his disabilities. At age 9, he beat Down syndrome. That's what we call Gabe. But look at you two now. You two now, best friends. Makes me sick. I was supposed to be your best friend. That's fine. Who would have thought? You two are Bert and Ernie. He's Bert and you earning more money. Mark also has a drinking problem. That's not a joke. I just thought people should know that. Many of you might not know, but I lived with Mark and Summer for many years. I was gifted to them during the Treaty of Chambers Lane. He had cruel and unusual punishments for me, but he didn't spank me or anything. That was Gabe.
That was last week.
Jason Pink is here.
Woo!
Jace, you spend more time on your career than a gay man on a bicycle with no seat. Jade is here. Jade, the Hoville's tallest, most unathletic person. You have all that height with such low ambition. But back to Mark, you glorious monster. You're my favorite brother this week, and I just wanted to tell you happy birthday to many more beautiful years, you ugly, ugly bastard. I hope you enjoy this roast.
Woo!
And here's to my favorite puppy. No pressure, motherfucker.
What can I say about a man who's got so much unbridled enthusiasm about himself? Hold on, I wrote some jokes.
No.
Yeah, I had to go through this old So at the beginning, I was like, okay, I don't want to say anything too inside, but fuck him. So, yeah, Mark's a team player at work. He can work with anyone, except stickers. John started a rumor that Mark had sex with a cat. To get back at him, Mark's been married for 30 years to a woman.
25.
John started a rumor about Mark about having sex with the cat when he was younger. I never believed it because Mark's obviously a dog person. Mark's ego is so big that my dad built him a house on an acre of land to try to contain it. It has not worked. Mark is so strong, he lifted himself out of poverty. Kind of. Okay. See, this joke I wrote hoping that Marcos Vitella was here, but he's not. But I'm gonna throw it out anyway because fuck him, big-nosed bastard. Mark's boys look so Asian. Marcos Vitella tried to get a happy ending from one of them.
Wow.
Fuck off! Carlos Contreras is here. Carlos.
Oh, Carlos.
I love Carlos because he can only ever get a little offended. My brother John is here. Thank you very much for taking the night off at the AT&T call center. Let me know about your promotions next month. Appreciate that. My brother John looks so Indian. He was behind the bar earlier, and 3 people tried to buy gas from him. 20 on number 3, John. 20 on number 3. My brother Mark has the physique of a 1950s Asian wrestler. Marc is 50 years old now. In dog years, that's 350 years old. Thank God Marc isn't a dog, or I would have buried him along with all the others. If I had to choose one word to describe my brother Marc, it would be shaped like a Dorito. Oh, this one's rough. I'm sorry, Mom. My mother has the United Nations of Children. She's got an Indian, she's got an Asian, she's got a couple of white kids, she's got Carla. Are you? Okay. The only thing we're missing is a black kid. Carla, your black heart doesn't count. Marc can handle anything that life has to throw at him, except uneven surfaces. It's going down like that. Marc's upper body is built like a brick shit house. His lower body is built like 2 Jenga towers holding a brick shit house. Dad, I apologize in advance for this.
Oh shit.
Marc's golf game is... I'm sorry. Marc's golf game is like my dad's life. 13 strokes over par. You made me this way. My brother is a fragrance aficionado. He has a smell for every occasion and every mood. His favorite is arrogant bastard. Oh, man. I see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. Some people I went to high school with, you know, Jade, Summer. Marc is a humble man. He only wears his "I'm kind of a big deal" shirt at home now. Growing up, Marc didn't like school, even though he spent an extra year there. If Marc were Superman, his kryptonite would be being humble. Marc was thin, pale, and had hair sticking right out at you in high school. He looked like an anime character in MC Hammer. Marc is known as a great dancer. He's been dancing around alcoholism for years. This is a great crowd. I can honestly say that, you know, I would rather be with you guys than with the best people in the world. Marc, we roast you because we kind of like you, and Summer told us to. Happy birthday, you old prick.